Michele Ashby, it's such an honor to have you on the show. Thank you so much for joining me here at the Denver Gold Forum.
Thank you.
Which is basically an organization and forum you started.
Yeah.
You were one of the original founders of the Denver Gold Forum.
Right.
And here we are celebrating its 30th year. They honored you last night. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does that feel?
It feels awesome. It's like almost going through pregnancy and childbirth and raising, and you forget the pain because you're so proud of, when they grow up and they turn into something very successful.
Well, take us back because you're from Denver, right? So when you started the Denver Gold Forum, what was the thinking behind it? How did that happen?
Well, at the time I was a mining analyst and I was working with all these small gold companies. And in the US, the companies were trying to attract more capital to them. And I was also dealing with Canadian companies who really didn't seem to have a lot of problem attracting capital because they marketed themselves very differently. So Canadians at the time were very good at promoting and putting together their materials and talking about their projects. But in the US and in Denver, we actually had about 85 small companies because it was the penny mining stock era, if you probably wouldn't remember that. But anyway, but I could see very clearly the difference. And so I was like, well, if the guys here could do a better job of marketing themselves, then it would attract more money. So the idea was to get them together to market themselves as a group and then attract the investors.
So where was the first Denver Gold Forum held?
So the first one was held at the Hyatt, which is not this one. This one wasn't built yet, but in the other Hyatt, I think it's a Park Hyatt now. And we had 625 people, but it was a retail show.
Well, that's pretty good for a first time, though.
Oh my God, I'd never done this before, and I was the only person. Like I hired one other person to help me check people in because I had no idea that it was going to be all that work. But we had a trade show and a program. Doug, headed up the program, and so a lot of the people you saw last night were actually there, and then it was an open door.
And now look at it, one of the most prestigious conferences in our industry. But since then, you've taken a step back from the Denver Gold Forum, and you have your own company now, Ace.
I'm a serial entrepreneur.
You are apparently, and a visionary, So you left and started a company targeted and aimed at helping women get onto boards of companies, not just mining companies, all companies. Right. Tell us about it.
Okay. So I've been on public board since 2005. And in the last few years, when I was looking to get on a few more and retire out myself and go skiing, because my mentors are men, right? Throughout 3 decades of working in mining and finance. And I watched them climb the corporate ladder and they'd retire out, get on 3 or 4 boards and go fishing or, whatever. Right. And I was like, oh, it's that time for me. I'm going to go look for some more boards. But we're talking about 2016. And that was when all the noise was coming up. There aren't enough women on boards. And I was like, I don't get this. Why not? And I looked around, I was like, there really aren't that many women outside of the mining industry either that are on boards. So I interviewed 200 women over 18 months. Coffees, lunches, it was a conversation. Why aren't more women on boards? Why aren't you on a board? And, tell me about your career. And these women, like you, look at you. Look what you've created. Your story is phenomenal as well. You stepped into this role 11 years ago and didn't exist. And look at what you've done. You've now become so well known in the industry that the titans of the mining industry take your call and they come in and they want to talk to you. And that's significant.
Well, thank you, Michele. Coming from you, that means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah. So just like with you, meeting these amazing women who've accomplished and built things themselves, but not recognizing that there's power in that, and how do they leverage that to then sit at the very top, okay, and then make those decisions. I believe, I'm training 1,000 women to get on boards because I believe that with parity in the boardroom, with that balance, we're going to affect the way the decisions are made because we complement each other. It's not good or bad, it's a complement. Right. And we bring that added juice into there. And then we have different decisions that are made from the top. And then the outcomes, actually it's been proven, the return on investment goes up.
That is really well said.
But it's not just numbers, it's not just money. When you see a number that's a higher return on investment, it means people are happier. Your shareholders are happier, your share price is up. The people that work there are happier. Your end users are happier. Your vendors are happier. It changes the culture too. So that's what I get jazzed about, is like, this is a thing that could change the world. I mean, literally.
Amazing.
It is so cool.
Amazing. So your goal is to coach 1,000 women?
Yes, my goal is to train 1,000 women. Yes.
And you run seminars so you have one coming up in Toronto.
Yes, and in Denver, and then I do one in Vancouver. I only teach 3 classes in person a year. In order to do this, it's extremely important that I am working very closely and one-on-one with the women that I'm bringing into the training. So what I've done is I've added an online program, which I just launched, and it's a primer series, so anyone can take it anywhere in the world. Get online and learn how to write your board resume, learn how to do a board interview, and then there's a piece on how to get on boards.
Right. Well, okay. I think when you were saying, you were surprised that there's such a lack of women on boards, is I think sometimes people just don't even know, how do I get on a board? How am I approached?
Exactly.
Right. So it's a lack of education or knowledge, right?
Right, exactly. And that's what I've done, is I've created a curriculum
Amazing.
Around that secret sauce. I tell you everything that you need to know.
If women watching, and if they want to find out more, where can they get information?
Well, the best place is to go to the website, really. Just to go to acellc.consulting, and there are tabs there that you can go to, and it'll give you the information and send me a little note.
It must feel so good when you re-encounter a woman that maybe you trained, mentored, and coached sitting on a board. Is that the best feedback?
I love them. They're all rock stars to me. I just get so enthusiastic because of who they are and what they've already accomplished. And so it's so easy for me to encourage and promote them. It's different to promote yourself than it is to promote other people. Like, to help you get on a board. You'd be phenomenal on a board. You would, and you will be. I promise, you will be on boards. That because it's filling the places that then go right to my passion, was like, let's build this so that we have this great world, right?
And I guess finally, Michele, how do you feel about you've been in the industry a long time, obviously one of the original founders of Denver Gold. How do you feel the sentiment is
this year?
Right now? Yeah.
Well, I really am kind of right on board with the things like when you interviewed Frank Giustra and some of the other titans, and I work with Rob McEwen on that board, so very bullish on gold. Unfortunately, that means that the rest of the world might not be doing so well, but we've been through these before, and so, I'm a gold bug. Through and through.
You're wearing your beautiful Monet.
I've got my beautiful.
You sit on the board of Monet. How many boards are you on right now?
I'm on 2. I'm on just Monet and McEwen Mining.
Okay. So do you try and not overload yours? Yeah, because everyone wants you on their board. So how do you pick and choose? Do you have to find synergy there? How do you choose?
So it's very important then to have that, to have it work together. And I like to work with people that are very enthusiastic, very authentic, want to build something that's going to make a difference, and they also have this entrepreneurial piece, because that's right in my soul. And so that's where I really get along with people, because I want to get out there and innovate and make it different and that type of thing. So that stimulates.
I love your energy. I feel it, and I'm so glad we connected and met. And I wish you best of luck. Keep sourcing those great women.
We are going to make it happen. And I got to do it quick, because I want to get back to the ski slope.
Oh, all right. We'll get you skiing. Thanks so much, Michele.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. We will have more coverage for you from the Denver Gold Forum.